Welcome back to my channel. I'm Anshul from Quantshala. So the last quiz that we had on our Facebook group was on time and work, arithmetic topic. Arithmetic is very important for CAT because it is easy to solve and there are a lot of questions from arithmetic. So make sure that you don't miss out on this opportunity. Second, very good enthusiastic participation from all the aspirants in this quiz. A lot of them got many correct answers. So if you haven't solved the quiz yet, I would recommend that you go back to the link mentioned in the description and try the quiz first and then come back to this to check your solutions. Always come back even if you have solved it because you might be missing out on some shortcuts to solve the questions or some other concepts. So before going to the questions, first I want to tell you about the Facebook group where we organize all the quizzes, all the mentoring sessions. Students also connect with me personally for one-on-one mentoring sessions. So it will be very good for you. So make sure you join this group. So coming to the quiz questions, there were 5 questions in all to be solved within 15 minutes. The questions were easy and moderate. So you should be able to solve most questions. So the first question says a gas station needs 80 people to fill air in 20,000 tires in 84 days. So 80 people, 84 days. How many people does a gas station need to fill air in 30,000 tires? So first of all, we can see that the work itself has increased. Okay. So how many man days does this take? So generally we solve such questions by man days. Don't use any memorized formula. We'll just solve it from scratch. So how many man days does it take for 20,000 tires? 80 multiplied by 84. Okay, 80 people for 84 days. This is for 20,000 tires. So for 30,000 tires, naturally it will take 80 multiplied by 84 divided by 20,000. So this is the man days per tire, and then we have 30,000 tires this time. Okay, and then also this is the man days. We are given that there are 63 days, so divide this by 63 and this is your answer. This is your answer for how many men does it require. Okay, so solving this, how do you solve this? You have 80 separately, let's say 84 and 63 get cancelled by 21, you get 4 here, 3 here, and here you get 3 by 2. So the answer should be 2. 2 multiplied by 80 is equal to 160. Okay. Another very easy way to solve it is basically you can solve it within 3 seconds without having to do any of this stuff. Is you can see that the work increases by 1.5 times. Okay, and the number of days reduce. Okay, so work increases, so time has to increase or men has to increase, and days is decreasing. Okay, so again men have to increase. So by what factor did the work increase? It increased by 3 by 2 times. Okay, multiplied by, but what factor did the number of days decrease? 84 by 63, right? So simply calculate this. This is again cancelling by 21, you get 4 by 3, 3 cancelled, you get 2. So the number of men becomes twice. Okay, so answer is simply 80 multiplied by 2, 160. So make sure you know this shortcut so that you are able to use this in the actual CAT exam. Okay, coming to the second question. There are 2 types A and B which can fill a tank in 20 and 30 hours respectively and are opened simultaneously. Okay, so they can separately fill in 20 and 30 hours but are opened simultaneously. But there was a leak and it took 3 more hours to fill the tank. In how many hours can the leak empty the tank? Okay, so there are 3 sources or outlets, you can say. The first 2 which are inlets are A and B, which are pipes, and the leak is the outlet. Okay, first we are only told about the data about A and B and they are asking us about the data of the leak. Okay, so first let's see in how many hours the tank was supposed to be filled. It took 3 more hours, right? So in how many hours was the tank supposed to be filled? A takes 20 hours to fill the tank, so in 1 hour it will fill 1 by 20th of the tank. B takes 30 hours to fill the tank. That means it fills 1 by 30th of the tank in 1 hour. So adding these you get 5 by 60 or 1 by 12. So A and B together fill 1/12 of the tank in 1 hour. Okay. So how much time will they take to fill the tank? Full tank, let's say call it 1, and in each hour they are filling 1/12 of the tank. So they take 12 hours to fill the tank together. Okay. But it took 3 more hours, so the actual time they took in filling was 15 hours. Okay. Now that the leak was also acting, what is the new equation? We know that A contributed to filling the tank 1 by 20, B contributed to filling the tank 1 by 30th, and then the leak was, let's say, if let's say the leak takes X hours to alone, when the leak is there alone, it takes X hours to empty the tank. So that means in 1 hour it will empty the tank 1 by X. Okay. And now we know that when all these three are together, it takes 15 hours to fill the tank. Okay, so this is the expanded version of what happens in 1 hour, because A fills it by 1 by 20, B fills it by 1 by 20, and the leak empties it by 1 by X. Okay, and this should be equal to 1 by 15, because we know that the actual time was 15 hours. That means in each hour the tank was filled 1 by 15th. Make sure you understand this very basic concept of time and work. You must have studied it in the basics itself. So calculating X from here, what is this? 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30, we already know it's 1 by 12. Okay. So just take it here, or in fact bring the 1 by X here. So writing it in a cleaner way here, get the 1 by X there, it becomes 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15. Okay, take LCM as 60. So 5 by 60 minus 4 by 60, you get 1 by 60. So X comes out to be 60. Okay. That means the leak will take 60 hours by itself to empty the tank. Okay. So cannot be determined is definitely not an option. 5 and 12 will not be the options. You can do that, say that by approximation, because A and B are taking this much time to fill it, and the leak is only delaying the process by 3 more hours. That means the leak is very slow. So if the other option was, let's say, something on the lines of 20 or 25, then you could have marked the 60 if you have some confidence around this approximation. But don't take risks if you don't have 100% confidence. Okay, so coming to the third question. This is very similar to a CAT question, CAT 2018 or 2017, I believe. But this is an extension of that, because till here was the CAT question, something like this, and then I added something on top of that. So make sure you understand this very carefully. A alone can do a job in 20 days, while B can complete it in 40 days. A started the job alone, and after 3 days, B and C join him. Okay. So a lot of data. So let's try to create a timeline here. Always a good idea to see visually. A started the job alone. Okay. After 3 days, B and C join him. So at day 0, only A was working. After 3 days, A, B, and C, all of them are working. Okay. After a few more days, C leaves. Okay. So after some more days, C leaves. So only A and B are working now. They are paid. Okay. So that means the work has ended here. Nothing else is given after that. So this is the kind of timeline that we have. They are paid a total of 5,200, out of which C gets 520. How much does A earn per day? That looks like very less information. Payment is fairly divided in proportion of the job they complete. Okay, this is obvious even if it is not mentioned. That the proportion of that job, the proportion of job that they are doing, they'll get paid in accordance with that. So if one person does 20% of the work while the other person does 80% of the work, so their payments will also be in this ratio only. Closest integer, if there are two equally close integers, mark the larger one. Okay, so this is a theta question. No options are there. Okay, so now what most students will argue here is that there is nothing mentioned about C. That C came here, that's fine. C came after 3 days, but when did C leave? And after he left, how much time did it take for the work to complete? They'll try to make some equations. Okay, so let me just quickly try to make some equations. So A works for the first 3 days. He can do it in 20 days, so he takes 1 by 20 in each day. Plus, then what you get is, for some, let's say you take this variable X. So for X minus 3 days, A works, B also works, plus C works. C variable, let's say, something like this. And then some other variable it will take Y. So you'll say Y minus X into 1 by 20 plus 1 by 40. So there are entirely 3 variables in this: X, C, and Y. And then this is 1. But you are not given any more information apart from this thing. Okay. So if this is an MCQ question that you are giving cannot be determined as an option, most of the students will go ahead and mark that. This is what I've seen in many other students who have attempted this question. Okay. But actually, this is a very important and crucial part of the question that is given here. They are paid a total of 5,200, out of which C gets 520 rupees. Okay. So the question is screaming here that C only gets 10% of the entire amount. That means C did 10% of the work. Okay. What does that mean? A and B together did 90% of the work, or you can say 9/10 of the work. Now, do we still require C in the question? Now we know that A started after 3 days, B and C joined. Then C left, we don't care. And then, but B sticked, okay? So if they are completing it in Y days, for the first 3 days only A was there. From 3 to Y, B was there and they did 9/10 of the work. We don't need C in the question now. Okay. Make sure you understand this. The entire question is based on this. This was the catch. Okay. So now we know that A can alone do in 20 days. So in 1 day he will do 1/20 of the work. This will continue happening for the first 3 days. Okay. First 3 days only A is working. So 1/20 into 3 plus for 3 to Y days. Okay. Let's say the work takes Y days to complete. So for the other Y minus 3 days, A is working as usual 1/20 and B works who completes 1/40 in each day because it takes 40 days. And together they complete 9/10 of the work. Okay, if you don't understand how I equated this 9/10, this should be work, right? But I am assigning it to a ratio. This we are thinking of as a work, but 9/10 is nothing but a ratio. So actually this is also a ratio. How? You can take the total work to be W. So A does W/20 work in 1 day. Again, A does W/20, B does W/40, and the entire work is 9W/40. So W gets cancelled from everywhere, and what you left with is this equation. So make sure you understand these slight concepts because sometimes this is what CAT tests you on, something like this. Okay, so trying to solve this equation, you get 1/20, 3/20. Let me write that clearly. You get 3/20 plus y minus 3/20 plus y minus 3/40 equal to 9/10. So this becomes y/20. Try to do some of these calculations in your head. This becomes y/20. LCM is 40, so it becomes 2y/40. Adding 2y to y minus 3, 3y minus 3. 3y minus 3/40 is equal to 9/10. Okay. Again, try to solve this. This becomes 4. 4 multiplied by 9, 36. 36 by 3, 12. And y minus 1 becomes 12. So y becomes 13. Okay. I am only doing in this head so that you also try to do this when you solve these questions next time. Because in CAT you also need speed, right? Don't write each and every step. If you think you're struggling with the basics, write each and every step. But once you are comfortable with the questions, always try to do some of these things in your head so that you get faster with these questions. Okay, so y is 13. So one piece of information that we know till now is it takes 13 days for the work to get completed, for complete work. Okay. Now we are given, they are paid a total of 5,200 rupees, out of which this C gets 10% of it. How much does A earn per day? Now it is very easy to calculate. Okay. So total 5,200 they are getting. So per day how much will they get? 5,200 divided by 13. It becomes 400 rupees. They are earning per day total. 10% C is getting. So 360 is what A and B are earning per day. Okay, you can also say 5,200 minus 520 and then divide it by 13. It's the same thing. So A and B are total getting 360 per day. So A gets 180 per day. Can we say that? No, because they're not. Their efficiencies are not equal. Okay. How much of the work is A actually doing? A is doing for the first 3 days he's doing 3/20 of the work. For the other 10 days he's doing again 20 of the work. Or you can directly say 13 days he's doing 1/20 of the work, so 13/20 of the work he's doing. So he should get 13/20 of the entire salary. Okay. So entire salary, if you want to take it, will be 400 rupees. You won't subtract C's salary because 13/20 is of the entire work to which C has also contributed. So either you do 13/20 into 400, by which you get 260 rupees. Okay. Or if you want to do it using 360, I'm just telling it by all the methods so that you understand each way of looking at it. So A and B get 360 per day. Okay. So A completes 13/20 of the work, while B, how much does B complete? B completes for 10 days he works, and with the efficiency of 40 days he takes. So 10/40. So what is the ratio in these? 30. You can write this as 26/40. So it becomes 26 is to 10. Okay. So that means A will get 26 by 26 plus 10 or 26 by 36 of whatever A plus B are earning together. Okay, what are A and B earning together? 360. So it becomes A will earn 26 by 36 multiplied by 360. This becomes 260 again. So even while you are practicing, try to do it from all these small angles. Okay, it helps you develop more stronger concepts. Okay, going to the next question. So answer for this is 260. Okay. A and B working together without rest can finish a job in 40 days. They start the job together. A works for 4 days and rests on the next day. B takes 2 days of rest after working for 8 days. Okay, so what is A doing? A is working for 4 days and then he's resting for 1 day. Okay, this is rest. I'm marking it as cross, not working. What is B doing? B starting and then he works for 8 days, but he takes rest for 2 more days. Okay, let me write 8 here. So no work in this period. Okay, so A and B, when they work without rest together, they complete in 40 days. Okay, so we have read the question till here. If A and B are working at the same rate, how many days will it take for the work to get completed? First of all, the most important information is here this. We know that A and B together they complete in 40 days. They are working at the same rate now. That means individually they complete in 80 days. Something this is what I know. A completes 80 days individually, and C also completes the work in 80 days individually. Okay. How many days will it take for the work to get completed? Okay. So let's see. We know how much work A does in 5 days. Okay. How much work A does in 5 days? A does in 5 days. Kitna? 4 by 80 because he works for 4 days. Is equal to, you can write this 1 by 20. How much does B work in 10 days? 10 days, he only works for 8 days, so he completes 8 by 80 is equal to 1/10 of the work. Okay. So now let's bring all the units to 10 days, because this is in 5 days, this is in 10 days. Let's get for 10 days. Okay. So A, how much in 10 days? Twice of this, so it becomes 1 by 10. So A in 10 days is 1 by 10. B in 10 days is 1 by 10. Okay. So A plus B together in 10 days. How much will they finish? 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10. 1 by 10 each is equal to 1 by 5. Okay. So to complete the entire work, they should take 5 times this. So they'll take 50 days. Correct answer? No, this is not the correct answer. Okay. This is a very good catch in such questions. So make sure you notice that they are resting for some period after they complete the work. Okay. A is resting after 4 days, B is resting after 8 days. So it is possible that in a timeline of 50 days, let's say, some of this period was rest for one of them or both of them. Okay. That means that the work was completed here itself. That means the answer can be less than 50 days. Okay, if this period is rest. So we know that the answer is either 50 or less than 50. So 51 is not the answer. Okay. Now it can be 50 or 49. Now let's try to see how we'll do that. A plus B in 10 days is 1 by 5. So try to do work just less than 1. Okay, so that we can do the last part manually. So 4/5 of the work they'll do in 40 days. 40 days they have done 4/5 of the work. So answer is greater than 40. This also we know. If there were some options like 39, you could have easily eliminated them. So now after 40 days, let's see 5 days. What happens in the next 5 days? Okay, next 5 days. A works only for 4 days here because 40 days A and B both have completed their cycles. Now they're starting new cycles of work. By cycle I mean this 4 and 1 cycle for A and 8 and 2 cycle for B. So now in the next 5 days A will work how much? Only for 4 days. So he finishes 4 by 20 of the work, or sorry 4 by 80 of the work, because A alone takes 80 days. A and B together 40 equal rate, so A alone takes 80 days. So let me write this clearly, 4 by 80. How much does B finish in this period? Because B worked for the entire 5 days. because B will take rest after 8 days. So B worked 80 days. How much do you get here? 9 by 20, 9 by 80 or 1 by 20. Okay. So 1 by 5, 4 by 5 we have finished till now. What we need more is 1 by 5 more work. Till now we have finished only 1 by 20 here. So we still have more to go. Okay. Am I making a mistake here? So focus on this, because even you will make some mistakes in the exam, right? So, or you will feel like you've made some mistakes, so you will want to revisit it. So let's see again. Next 5 days, A will work for 4 days, 4 by 80, 5 by 80, you get 9 by 80, 1 by 20. Everything looks to be correct till here. What happens in next, let's say 3 days, okay? So this was 41, 42, 43rd day, and 44 and 45 also, these 5 days. Now let's look at 46, 47, 48. A will completely work here, so 3 by 80 of the work gets done. B will also completely work here, so 3 by 80 of the work gets done. So you get 6 by 80. Okay. 6 by 80 is how much? Try to bring it the same denominator by like 20. So divide by 4, you get 1.5 by 20. What we need is, we need 1/5 more work, or you can say 4 by 20th of the work more we need. Okay, so 1 by 20 was here, 1.5 by 20 more we have finished. So we need 1.5 by 20 more. Okay. So let's say 49th day, what happens? B doesn't work, B is on leave, A works. A finished 1 by 80 of the work. I still think we're doing some mistake here, because this way we'll go past 50 days. Let's look at it again. Okay. Next, first 4 by 5th of the work is complete. This we are sure about. 1/5 of the work is left. Next 5 days, A works 4 by 80, B works 5 by 80. Fine. 9 by 80. Oh, 9 by 80 is not 1 by 20. I was making a stupid calculation mistake. 9 by 180 will be 1 by 20. Okay. So this will happen with you also. It is completely fine, and it is nothing to be embarrassed about. It is fine. Always go back and try to correct it. Okay, this will happen with each one of you in mocks or in the actual CAT exam. It's fine. You would have wasted 20-25 seconds or even 1 minute. That is fine. You can cope up. Okay. So 9 by 80 of the work gets done here. And here in the 46, 47, 48 days, 6 by 80 of the work gets done here. Okay. So we have identified this mistake. We don't need to rework the entire work that we did after this. So we know that 6 by 80 was in this. So we know that this becomes 15 by 80 work we have finished in this. But we need to finish 1 by 5, 4 by 20, or you can write here 16 by 80 work. Okay. Till now we have finished 15 by 80 in these many days. In the next 8 days, we have finished 15 by 80. So we need only 1 by 80 more to go. That means on the 49th day, B is on leave, so only A is working. A is working 1 by 80. So adding 1 by 80 to it, you get 16 by 80. 16 by 80 is what we needed more. Make sure you understand this very properly. So the work gets done on the 49th day, on the end of 49th day. So the answer is 49 days here. Okay. Coming to the last question, a person can complete a job in 120 hours. He starts the job alone and works for 1 hour on day 1. Okay. Okay, 120 hours, focus, not days. On day 2, another man joins him and they work for 2 hours each. So on the first day, only one man working for 1 hour. On the second day, they work for 2 hours each and 2 people. 2 multiplied by 2 hours. I'm just calculating how much work they are doing together entirely. Okay. But wait, I am assuming here, again, try to understand the thought process, what mistake I did here. What I'm assuming here is that their efficiency is same, because I'm multiplying 2 by 2, 4 hours. Okay. But their efficiencies could be different, right? It is possible that the A is working 2 hours, something else is completing 1/10 of the work, while the second person is completing working 2 hours but completing only 1 by 20th of the work. So we should not do this until we know that the efficiencies are same. On day 3, another man joins them and all of them work for 3 hours each. Like this, on every new day, another man joins them and number of work increases by 1, number of hours of work. Okay. So what will happen on the nth day? N men working for n hours each. So we know that n is supposed to be less than or equal to 24, because 24 hours in a day. Okay. All people have the same efficiency throughout. Okay. So now we know that we could have done this. Okay, it was correct, but make sure you know what the condition is before you are doing it. If their efficiencies were different, then this would have been wrong. This would lead us to no conclusion. All people have the same efficiency throughout. What is the number of people working on the last day? That means they're asking us the value of n, right? Because on the nth day if the work gets completed, n men will be working. So they're asking this, in how many days does the work get completed? It can be also framed as how many men are working on the last day, or how many hours each man worked on the last day. All of these mean the same thing. Okay. So we know on the first day 1 square hours, on the second day 2 square hours, on the third day 3 men working for 3 hours each. So it becomes a simple series question, I think. So on the first day they work for 1 square hours, second day they work for 3 square hours, on the third day they work for 3 square hours, and so on. On the nth they work for n square hours. So this is the total man hours that they have worked for. One person can complete the job in 120 hours. So that means the total number of man hours that we require for the job is 120. Very easy formula for this, you should remember this one. n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6. I'm also giving you some tips with the solution so that you're not only getting the solution to this problem, but it is helping you throughout the CAT syllabus so that you are equipped to handle such small things in other questions or other chapters as well. Okay. So what happens with some people is that they won't remember this entire formula. Someone will think, "Arey yaar, ye to maybe 3n plus 1 hoga, n plus 1, 3n plus 1, or 2n minus 1." How you can verify that? Just take a small number, n equal to 3 le lo, and then try to put the value. What you get is 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 7 by 6. You get 2. This becomes 14. Okay. And now verify if the answer is correct. 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. 1 plus 4 plus 9, this comes out as 14. Okay, so this formula is correct. Don't take 1 or 2, because it is possible that even in the wrong formula you're getting the correct value. If you're still doubtful, do it for 4 square also, you get the correct answer. Okay, so this is one thing you can do in 10-15 seconds to verify this. You don't have to try to prove this again in the exam. Okay, so n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6 becomes 120. Simple, we get take 6 here, 120 multiplied by 6 becomes 720. So n plus 1, 2n plus 1 becomes 720. Now this gets a little tricky. Some people will leave it here because this will become a cubic equation, and then solving a cubic equation will take a lot of time. You don't even know if you can solve it manually always or not. Okay. So what do you do here? Approximate this as n, just to find an approximate answer. Approximate this as 2n. What does it become? Approximately 2n cube becomes equal to 720, or n cube becomes equal to 340. Some approximate ballpark number you know. 360. So n cube becomes equal to 360. So that means n is somewhere close to 7. And 7 cube is 343. Okay. So somewhere the answer is close to 7. So we'll start with 7 or 6. Okay, because this is an approximation. We don't know that 7 is entirely correct. So we'll start with 6. Okay. So what happens? This is an increasing function. So if 6 satisfied, then even it is possible that 5 could also be the answer. So first let's look at 6. So 6 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 6 into 2, 12 plus 1, 13. What does it become? 6 into 7, 42. 42 into 13 is 420 plus 126. It becomes 646 if my calculation is right, which is less than 720. So with 6 we are getting an answer less than 720 here. Let's try with 7 now. What do you get on 7? Okay, so what do we know till now? We know that n plus 1 multiplied by 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1 is equal to 720. Or in fact I should write greater equal to here. Right? Because in all those n days, the entire work, basically, this is what work will be done in all the n days. Okay? And this is what we are supposed to do. So it is possible that on the last day, the work is getting finished in half or somewhere in the middle. So this should be greater equal to 720, not equal to 720. Okay. And we know that n equal to 6 is 2 less. So what I meant by the increasing function thing is that this increases as the value of n increases. Okay. So what the graph will look like something like this. I'll not draw the exact graph, but something like this, right? Increasing. As the value of n increases, the value also increases. So if 720 is somewhere here and 6 was 2 less, so all values less than 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 will also be 2 less. So we don't need to check for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So next we'll check for 7. If it was not an increasing function, let's say the graph was something like this possibly, and if 6 is 2 less, it is possible that 5 is here and it is not 2 less. So again, see, this is something that you will naturally apply, right? Most aspirants will naturally apply that 6 is 2 less, so we'll try with 7. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 cannot be answers. But make sure that you know that the function is only increasing. If it is something like this, then 5 also can be the answer. Okay, let's try with 7 now. 7 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 15. Okay, so don't use the calculator for such calculations. There are multiple easy ways to calculate it. Okay, so either you can do 7 into 8, 56 multiplied by 15. Multiplying by 15 is easy, break it to 10 plus 5. Or if you know 7 multiplied by 15 is 105. So 8 multiplied by 105 is even easier. What do you get? 800 plus 40. Break this into 100 plus 5. 840. Start incorporating such small tips and tricks in your questions from today, so that you are able to do this in the actual CAT exam and practice it in your mocks. So 840 we are getting here. So this becomes 840 is greater equal to 720. That means n equal to 7 is satisfying. Y is not equal to 720. Okay, satisfying. Why is it not equal to 720? Because on the last day, the work got completed on the middle itself, not exactly middle, but somewhere in the middle it got completed. So it was like this was the 8th day from 0, let's say 12 a.m. to next day 11:59 p.m. So in fact they'll only be working for 7 hours, right? So this does not make sense. So this is the first hour, second hour, third hour, fourth hour. All of them on the 7th day will work for 7 hours. So it means that it did not take the entire 7 hours for all of them to complete it. Somewhere in the middle it got completed. That is why this LHS is for this entire thing. For the first 6 days, on the 7th day, this entire thing. That is why we are getting more than 720. Okay, start understanding these basic things as you solve these questions. This will give you a lot more insight and you'll be able to solve many more questions. So 7 is satisfying. It means on the 7th day, the work got completed, finished somewhere in the middle. That means, what is the number of people working on the last day? It will be 7. Oh, 7 is not an option, so answer is none of the above. Okay. When you see none of the above, just try to revisit your question and then see if you're not doing anything wrong. Okay, so the answer is 7 in this case. With this, we have completed all the quiz questions. I hope you have enjoyed solving these questions. You are understanding the concepts also. Not only the solutions to these questions, because knowing the solutions won't help. Knowing how to solve them when you get a new question is what actually helps. So always, whenever you are watching a solution video, mine or anyone else's, always what you need to do is take a pen and copy and write each step yourself. And then whenever you think that you've got a hint, you were not able to solve that question earlier, now you've got a hint in the first 20 seconds of the solution. Now pause the video and solve the question yourself. You don't have to take spoon feeding every time. And after that, resume the video, see what you did, compare it to the actual solution, and then see whether you could have done it faster or there were some shortcuts or you missed out on some concept. So make sure you do this every time. So I hope you have learned something new from this video, and whatever new concepts or small tricks that you have learned, you will start applying them in your practice question from now onwards, so that is when it will help you, so that you will get natural with those. So what I would recommend is also not just keep watching the solution videos, but also come to the quiz, participate every time, so that you are able to solve those questions in a time bound, more of a CAT model. A little bit about myself. I was an aspirant last year, just like all of you guys. I understand that CAT preparation can get tricky. There are a lot of scattered resources. Sometimes people do lose direction and get demotivated due to low mock scores, or not able to solve questions during practice. So I understand each of those struggles, and that is why I'm here to help. I'm here to provide an overall mentoring for CAT and then solve all your doubts and concept related questions for quant. So I understand that quant can also get tricky, because quant, what most students problem they face is that there are a lot of formulas to memorize, or it becomes like a social studies subject, while it's not. It's mostly logical and everything can be derived from the beginning. So you don't have to memorize formulas, and the approach that I follow while teaching or while solving doubts is always to solve from the scratch. So make sure you follow that. And even now, it is very sad that COVID is going on and so many people are getting affected. And that is why for this entire year, I am making all my services free. All the mentorship that I give, all the mock tests that I give, or all the videos that I give, all the doubt solving will be entirely free for the entire year. So make sure that you extract maximum benefit out of it and you're able to learn more and more and ask any doubts that you have, because I've been through each of the phases that you are in currently. As I was saying, do join the Facebook group, because here in the videos, what is happening is the interaction is one to all. It is only me speaking and all of you guys listening. But if you join the Facebook group, then you will be able to speak to me. You will ask all your questions, all your concept related questions or general guidance related questions, which I'll be able to answer each and every day. So it's very good to join that Facebook group. You'll also be able to interact with other aspirants who are preparing for CAT. So do make sure to join this Facebook group. And also, if you think you get bored with preparation, it's a good idea to invite your friends for the quizzes that I hold on this Facebook group. Okay, it will be kind of a gamification for you guys, and then it will be competition between multiple friends that who wins. So that is one small idea of how you can make the preparation interesting if you get bored with quizzes or mock tests. So I hope this video helps you and you take whatever help you can from me, because I am willing to provide you resources, doubt sessions, mentoring sessions, conceptual videos, everything. So I wish you all the best for CAT 20. All the best, keep learning.